Hi. See, I don't want to look directly at the camera. My beautiful blue eyes will just frighten you all away. How's it going, everyone? Hey, Hayden. Sick again, Hayden? Do you have a doctor's note? Better. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what I can say, Hayden. Better have a doctor's note. Anyways, hey, what's going on, everyone? What's going on, y'all? Let's see. Make sure my chat window is working. You're out of school? You still need a doctor's note. If you're going to show up to my chat saying you're sick. You gotta have, gotta make sure you're finally in high school. Yeah, congratulations. No? Okay, I guess you're a mod now, so you call the shots. I just have to sit back and just deal with it. So, yeah, good morrow to you guys. Hope you guys are doing okay. I'm going to be playing a game called Vampire Therapist. It's an adventure game where you're a vampire therapist. And the idea, I guess, you have to listen to various. This is just what I kind of garnered from the gameplay trailers that I've been shown. Is that you listen to the stories of certain vampires, you find little parts of their stories, and you kind of pick them apart where they're doing like negative or self-harming parts of their speech, and you kind of recycle it back to them in order to make them a more better vampire, more well-adjusted vampire. I'm not really sure how that works. I'm streaming late. Yeah, I was trying to run SimCity 4 modded. The problem with SimCity 4 is that in order to make it like really good, you have to actually run a lot of patches that fix a lot of the bugs, and you can add like a bunch of mods and stuff, and once you actually do that, it's supposed to be really good. Some people consider it's actually superior to City Skylines, so I'm interested in doing it, but it's just, I don't know if it's only for earlier versions of Windows. I don't know. I'm having such a hard time getting it to work, but I figured that, I really wanted to try Vampire Therapist, and the demo's up. This is not the full version, just the demo. But I was gonna, run it and see how it is. It looks really interesting. So let's just jump into it, see how things are going. Let's see here. I know the red announcement. Maybe I could help. Oh, what do you mean? How do you want to help? Let's see, demo. Let me just load this up. See, announcement, but maybe I can help. Also, request, do I get a green sword? Green sword. Oh, for the icon? For in chat? Oh yeah, you can, well, we can talk about it later if you want. I think it's going to run a little bit differently. I don't know if I did a specific icon for mods in my chat. Oh, Twitch. Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. That kind of makes sense, wouldn't it? We can talk about it later. Right now, I don't think I don't need extra mods in Twitch chat. Stream Elements has the green sword. Yeah, eventually I figured out what you're saying. Just took me a while. It's kind of like, you gotta picture there's a little man pulling like a ripcord for like an engine in my brain. Once it starts getting going, then I can actually think. Why am I so dark? I don't know. It's being weird. Oh, what? Oh yeah, my light fell off. Not that one. It's still a little bit too bright. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Let me adjust the light a little bit. It's not bad. It's okay. Do that. I want to be a successful vampire therapist. Is this you? Is this me? Like, am I a cat? Is that my persona? Is that what you're saying? What would my inner animal be? I don't know. Probably like some sort of dog. I would think. Maybe my wife would know. Wifey would probably know. Do you have an idea? Yeah, dog? Yeah. Okay, so new game. Is provide feedback. So, okay, let's see what this is. Vampire Therapist is a comedy game, okay, about the immortal undead processing historical yet personal traumas. Reference to historical violence and oppression may be upsetting to some. Ooh. This game was developed in consultation with licensed therapists, but should not be considered a substitute for therapy unless you're a vampire. Okay, that's good. I like that. What's my favorite color? Green.
My name is Sam Walls, and I'm a dead man. Well, kinda dead at least. See, I'm a vampire.
Hold on.
Now, if you think that means all that Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing...
Let's hold on. Let's try to figure this out really quick. What do? Where are you? Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Okay. See it. Little bat. Hold on 1 second. Chat is being weird too. That's weird. It was working earlier. Boo. Meet with Unity. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Computers. Let's try. Does not want to load. 1 second. I think I know what to do. 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 Message delay, auto delay, skip mode. Oh, you can't do windowed mode. Text, sound, graphics. Oh, here we go. Sometimes windowed mode works. Yeah, here we go. Nice. Cool. I think it's just Streamlabs is like extremely being Streamlabsy. Like, it's being the most Streamlabs has ever been. Hold on 1 second. Thank you guys for being patient. Me. Do. So beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, cool. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yes! Excellent. Wait. Why is it Let's be for chat again. Ah, there you go. Oh, congratulations. Okay, cool. Think we're let's start before something happens. Cool. Vampire Therapist is a comedy game about the immortal undead processing historical yet personal traumas. Reference to historical violence and oppression may be upsetting to some. This game was developed in consultation with licensed therapists, but should not be considered a substitute for therapy unless you're a vampire. Ooh, hydrate, yeah. Thank you.
My name is Sam Walls, and I'm a dead man. Well, kinda dead at least. See, I'm a vampire. Now, if you think that means all that Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing skin-tight leather, and hunting mortals for sport, I wouldn't blame you one bit. That's exactly the sort of thing I did in my younger years with my former gang. And let me tell you, a vampire who's good with a gun can be a real terror. I got lucky, though. I met some kind mortals who saw beyond my fangs. They taught me my letters and showed me how my thinking was keeping me from finding any kind of peace. After they passed on, I roamed America's majestic wilderness for nigh on 90 years, figuring out myself and what it means to be a vampire. and I found revelation. What I realized was, it ain't fangs that make us monsters. It's the self-defeating ways we think. Anywho, as the world started getting smaller, my old vampire
That might work.
gang
Yeah, that might be
tracked
it.
me down. Them being my kin, I wanted to help them see the world like I did, but they still have the same monster mindset I used to have. Good thing I'm a quick draw. But I got hooked up with this newfangled internet thing and found a vampire who's helping my kin find their way. Fella named Andromachos, supposed to be 3,000 years old.
Sure.
He invited me to come out to Europe to learn from him. I figure someone older than time has got to have the answers. I'm going on a trip, I guess. This feels like my opportunity to do some good in the world. I've been lucky, and now it's time to give back. Vampires ain't monsters. Or at least, they don't have to be. And come hell or high water, I'm gonna prove it to them.
Vampire therapist. Nice. Okay. Like it so far.
Well, I think this is the address. Number 27, Clean Flitter Mouse Street.
Okay.
Sure is a hell of a lot of ruckus for this time of night. People stay up late here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait a minute. These folk are vampires. Better watch myself. Guten Abend, folks. Sprechen Sie English?
Ja, hello, Alta. Are you here to party with us at the hottest club?
Tell you're here to party. Ask about the dress code. Ask. Oh yeah, dress code.
I don't think what I'm wearing will fit the dress code.
The cowboy look is totally sexy, but you will get a bit sweaty.
I hope we will all get a bit sweaty.
Good thing we run a little on the cold side, huh?
Don't worry, my Liebling. We make each other warm.
Oh, seems like a nice guy.
God, stop. Don't scare the American. I want to do that.
Maxi Liebchen, you're so naughty tonight.
No, you are the naughty one.
Oh, they're in love.
Oh, I definitely ain't an American no more.
You're the party. Yes. Andromachos.
I'm looking for
Machos.
Andromachos.
Andromachos.
You mean the club owner? Ja, that is why we are here.
If you're lucky, he will invite us to the private party at the end of the night.
Well, what happens there?
I think maybe it is too kinky for Americans to hear.
Okay, I'm here to party.
Cut loose. What kind of party is this?
Square
The
dance.
kind where we dance all night and get sexy.
Oh, that kind of square dancing.
Oh, we're them kind of vampires.
Ach so, there are better things to suck than blood, oder?
Oh ho ho.
Although we have to get past the bouncer first. If we do not, I'm thinking our night is ruined.
Oh, what kind of bouncer is here?
Oh, wait a second.
Like a
There's
gargoyle or
about
something?
What you just said, I can feel it. It reminds me of one of my revelations about the funny patterns in the way we vampires think.
Okay.
Well, let's see. One type of thinking I noticed I called hot branding. That's when we brand ourselves with names we can't get rid of. There's high noon mind. That's when we treat a situation like it's a do or die showdown. And there's saloon thinking. That's when we act either helpless or invincible, like we've just drunk a pint of moonshine. I can always check my journal if I need examples. I kept all my notes about the funny ways we vampires think in there.
Okay.
I think I know which one of them funny ways they're thinking in, though. Hold on, compadres. You seem like the kind who can make their own fun.
I don't want to have my own fun. Imenach is the only place to be on Friday night.
High new mind, saloon thinking, hot branding. Balls, exactly. Oh, I have to see which one it is. Let me see here. Private property, not reward if found. Cowboybloodsucker@vmail.com. Okay. Turn page. I found this old notebook. I figured I'd take it with me to Europe. I figured it'll help me organize my thoughts. Cognitive distortions. Funny ways you think. I realize that we vampires can't think of funny ways sometimes. Like reality's right in front of us and we just can't see it. Heck, pretty sure it's all humans who do that, not just vampires. We do think funny thinking in particular ways. So I figured I'd write them down. Okay. Always do think. High new mind. Sometimes things can seem to black and white. Win or lose, famine or feast, live or die, like everything's a big showdown. So like a conflict. Means I bet you might... No. Nah, I'm good. I got happily married to my wifey for, let's see here, 7 years. Been together for 10. Like the women's. But that's high noon mind. It's thinking that extremes and ignoring all the in-betweens, we stress ourselves out when the stakes are high. High noon mind. It's thinking in the extremes and ignoring... What's an example? Okay. An example is, if I can't get the best saddle, my butt's gonna break, ain't no doubt. Okay? Either I show up ready to win the rodeo, or I better just not show up. So it's yes or do or die. Okay. Oh. We're fine. There's people. You know? The fate of the Wild West is hanging on this gunfight. Let's see here. The women in this game are probably not the not the examples you want for a typical woman. Just a guess. Fate of the Wild West is hanging on this gun. Okay. So do or die, essentially, that's what that is. I get kind of, I don't know, like OCD like mindset, a little bit too literal. So sometimes, and I have a bad memory too, so sometimes I'm probably gonna need to really jam the definition into my brains. Okay. Saloon thinking. A lot of the bloodsuckers have the habit of either being overconfident or thinking we can handle anything, being completely hopeless. Thing is, usually neither is true. We have more powerful than we do in our dark times, and less power than we think we're untouchable. Examples: it's my fault that my buddy got shot. I knew the sheriff was trigger happy. Examples: if a mortal discovers our secret, it's entirely my responsibility to deal with it. So it's like it's up to me to do something. That's essentially saloon thinking is. I can't do international travel with my coffin. I'm stuck. It's like, you know, this is reality. How about that? Need some cheer. Cheers, Hayden. You are so amazing. You cheer me up in your Discord mod, Hayden. Hayden, you're gonna have an amazing week. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I really hope you feel better. I hope you're able to get a good night's sleep tonight, because especially when you're young, you got to make sure you got to get a good 8 hours sleep. You know, you don't always have the luxury of, getting a good night's sleep. So when you're younger, just stockpile that stuff. Get good energy. Relax. Helps moderate your stress levels. But I'm sure you can do it, Hayden. You're amazing. Yeah, it's not easy, but you can just remember that there's other people that have plenty of problems sleeping too. You're not alone in that, and sometimes you just have to find what ways work for you in order to get a good night's sleep. So just keep on practicing what works for you. Different remedies. Having the finger piano. We were redoing our kitchen, and I packed it away. And I can't seem to find it. But as soon as I do, it's going to be on every single stream. Okay, hot branding. We humans sometimes call ourselves awful names. It's like burning ourselves with a big old branding iron. Every time we look at ourselves, we're going to see them names. See as them names. Hot branding. Okay, I missed that shot. Guess I ain't no gunslinger. If you can't tame that wild horse, you ain't a real cowboy. Okay, that fella doesn't look like wearing leather. He ain't a real vampire. So negative thoughts that you're pretty certain about. I don't want to have my own. Internet is the only place to be on Friday night. That's hot branding, right? Let's hold on. My responsibility to deal with it. It's like not quite. Guess I ain't no gunslinger. Like that would be. Oops. Hold on. High new mind. If I can't get the best out, my butt's gonna break. You know, you have a show. Or that's hot branding. I missed that shot. Guess I ain't no gunslinger. If you can't tame that wild horse, you ain't a real cowboy. Hold on. Let's see. I don't want to have my own fun. Immernock is the only place to be on Friday night. Man, I'm horrible at this. Hold on. Maybe I should actually... I gotta study to become a therapist. Let's see. I guess I ain't no gunslinger. Sounds like hot branding. Because she's saying, making a determination it's the only place to be, right?
Wait a second. She's acting like this is all or nothing. Do or die. What I call
Oh, so that's hot branding then. That was my first thing.
Maybe I ought to check my journal.
Okay. Maybe I'll just eventually... Wait, I can't do it? Hold on. Ah. It's making me read. Damn you, game. 0 out of 10. Okay. Ain't nothing more to read. Slow thinking. Wait, why can't I...
I don't want to have my own fun. Even
Hot branding, then.
Only place to be on Friday night.
Wait a second.
Wait,
She's acting
what?
Like this is all or nothing. Do or
Hold
die.
on.
What I call that again?
Saloon... Wait, saloon... Oh, I have it, like... Wait, I have it backwards. Hot branding. So it was... So it was High New Mind. Okay, because they're in different orders. Okay, I'm going crazy. Okay, so it is High New Mind. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay. So I know what's going
Maybe I
on.
ought to check my journal.
I don't want to have my own fun. Immernacht is the only place to be on Friday
Objection!
Amigos, you're putting too much weight on this thing. It's a nightclub, not a high noon showdown. The night's full of possibilities.
Reinhardt, I don't know what this means, but I like the way the sexy American talks.
You make us think that maybe it is better we haven't gotten into the club. Because we are now...
There you go. That's positive. I like this game so far. I'm sure I'll get it.
Hey, if meeting me makes your night better, I'm glad we met. I really gotta find Andromachos, though.
You have to get past the bouncer. He decides who gets in.
I want to see
and
this
who
bouncer.
doesn't. And he hasn't looked our way all night.
It's a bouncer for a vampire nightclub.
Maybe I'll have a little word with him. Excuse me.
Oh, look at this guy.
You're the man to talk to around these parts.
High New Mind.
I'm here to see Andromachos.
Have fun, mate.
Hey, thanks, amigo. You have yourself a fine night, you hear?
Is this gonna let me in?
Cowboy, what about us?
Bring them joy, dash their hopes. Why would I want to dash their hopes? Bring them joy.
Yeah, sure. They're friends of mine.
Have fun, mate.
Yeah, I'll try not to cuss. Thanks for reminding me.
We ain't got all night. Yeah. Dang, awful loud in here.
What?
Come on, my liver, dance with us!
Well, you kids have fun. I'll catch up with you later.
Ta, ta, ta.
Tarnation, I'd rather hear a gopher giving birth than this. I better talk to whoever's slinging drinks in this here saloon. They ought to know where Andromachos is.
Okay.
But pardon me, ma'am.
Well, look at you.
Oh, she not a
We got
vampire?
A lot of 80s fashion in here, but not usually
Okay.
the 1880s.
Have a nice night's sleep, Hayden. I think just don't focus too much on, trying to sleep. Just, chill out and it'll just happen. But, different things work for different people. So, good night, Aiden.
What can I get you, cowboy? The special's Red Bull and vodka.
What? Do I like a Red Bull and vodka kind of cowboy?
I never drink Red Bull. I'm actually looking for the owner. He around tonight?
Might be. What do you say your name was?
Sam Wall's begging your pardon.
Sam Walls, huh? I don't think I know anything about a Sam Walls. After all, I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
Oh, no, no, no. That's negative thing. So that is the last entry. That is not High New Mine, but hot branding. Hot branding.
From where I'm standing, I see someone with style and confidence, not just a drink machine. Don't go branding yourself like that's all you are.
I'm a therapist now. Yeah. It's probably not a good idea to operate without a license, though.
Don't you go worrying about me, cowboy.
Unless I'm a
The man
vampire.
upstairs warned me you were coming. I was just testing to see if you are who you say you are. Tell you what, let me give you something from our special reserve. I don't think you're looking for booze.
Well, thank you kindly, ma'am. I was wondering where the blood was. I met some vampires outside, so I figured this was a vampire club.
You met some goths, honey. They're here to dance and have fun.
I thought they had red eyes, didn't they?
So all
Am I
these
just not
people are
observant?
mortals?
How do you think the head vampire gets his blood? They can't wait to share it with him. It's a special experience.
Oh,
He's the only
I was not paying
real
attention.
vampire here. Well, him and Bert.
Bert?
You met him already. Bert, shuffle on over here.
okay.
This one's here to see the big guy. Show him upstairs, okay?
Have fun, mate.
Good luck up there, cowboy. Hope you find what you're looking for.
Cool.
Howdy. It's Sam Walls to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them V-mails.
V-males, vampire males. Cool.
Yes, I know who you are, Samuel Walls. You have come here because you believe you can help our kin.
Oh, he has yellow eyes instead of red.
Are you first able to help yourself?
How do you answer that? I can help myself.
I've been fixing myself for more than a century now. I don't think I need help.
Then you must prepare to learn a most difficult lesson. We all need help, Samuel. I am pleased that you have come to receive mine.
Dang, you scared the heck out of me.
You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless. Please, sit down. What an absolute pleasure it is to meet you at last. I found your messages most intriguing.
Afraid there ain't much here in the way of intrigue. I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
You know, I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You are the very first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing.
Well, dang. I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. I'm just honored you're giving me the time of night.
I have unlimited time, Samuel.
Yeah.
I'm pleased to share some of it with you. Our kind can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn.
Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess.
It sounds as though you have been handling your own life better than most. I was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature.
Oh, yeah, them. Well, I give walking the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better.
Let's see here. 1 second. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't really matter.
After a few decades, I started seeing patterns in the way we vampires think.
Can you explain some of these patterns?
I've tried to explain them to other vampires, but it ain't never gone well. I can try, though. See, we tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive. Or we decide the world's against us just because we're hungry or tired or something. And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. That make any kind of sense?
Fascinating, Samuel. These revelations that you had in the woods, mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions.
Cognitive whoozy what now?
Cognitive distortions. They are exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please, tell me about these specific revelations you had.
Explain high new mind. Explain saloon thinking. High new mind. So let me see if I remember a lot of this stuff. My memory's so bad. High new mind is it's like kind of like my way or the highway. Branding is like you're specifically. It's like an inward, not I think mostly negative against yourself, right? And this is like it is or it isn't or something like that. I think.
Well, I noticed how we stress ourselves out by making everything a battle of do or die absolutes. High noon mind, I call it. Like that feeling you get right before a big shootout.
I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. I engaged in mortal combat long before the age of gunpowder. But the sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marky Aurelius. He used to say that the
Marky.
magnitude of life's challenges often turn us into our worst selves.
This is going to be a very profound game, isn't it?
You mean Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor?
Of course, his name was Marcus. Marky was a bedroom name.
Oh, ho, ho.
You mean you and the emperor were...
It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to a handshake.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Oh man, is there a high five option?
My apologies. I somehow forgot you were American. But let us discuss this high noon mind. I believe we can broaden your definition. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon of binary thought polarized thinking, but I like to call it nosferatu thinking.
Okay.
Nosferatu thinking?
It means you are thinking in black and white.
Okay.
I get it. That's pretty funny.
I believe it encompasses the breadth of the distortion. One is not flatly weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful. Not every high noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct?
Yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither.
A perfect example, Samuel. Now, try to catch me using Nosferatu thinking.
Okay. Black and white, polarized. It's gonna sound like I wasn't paying attention, but sometimes my brain just gets kind of scattered. Sorry. I'm fine. If you got a complain down in the YouTube comments.
I will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it.
Okay.
If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
No.
Death eventually comes for us all.
Black and white, black and white.
Mortals will always fear our kind.
That one? That one.
That's Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew who I was and weren't scared.
Very good, Samuel. And even if you hadn't, to say mortals will always fear us ends any hope that they might not.
Very interesting.
Always is such a terminal word, is it not? Would you like to discuss more of your revelations with me?
This is kind of like, I don't know, it just, the vibe, if it had more of a, like a really in-your-face music, I would initially brand this as Phoenix Wright with vampires and psychology. Yes, saloon thinking, let me see if I remember that. No, hot branding, I remember that more. Hot branding is, you're labeling yourself.
See, I used to be in a gang. They were my whole existence. If you asked me who I was, I would have said, I'm a murdering bastard. Once I got away, I realized how small-minded that was. I was Sam before I was a murdering bastard, but that's how I was choosing to brand myself. My old gang's still around, and they're still branding themselves like that. They can't see themselves as anything but killers.
That's a long line of gang members. A gang that actually lasts from cowboy times?
Very astute, Samuel. I favor the clinical term, however, which is labeling. You correctly discovered that labeling is a reductive act. When we call ourselves names, even if we find them accurate, we create prophecies we are doomed to fulfill. For millennia, I thought of myself as a killer. It was not untrue that killing was how I made my way in the world. I was an unstoppable warrior and assassin. But with this label, I limited myself for ages. I did not only kill people, I also killed potential aspirations I might have had. See whether you can catch me doing some labeling in my next few statements.
Okay.
I am so old, I am ancient.
Well, I mean, that's labeling right there, right?
Oh, come on. I know you've been kicking around a long time, but don't go labeling yourself as ancient.
But according to definition, I am ancient. It is not a label, but a specific classification of my age.
Hmm.
Huh. Well, you look pretty good for being ancient then.
The secret is moisturizer. But let us continue. Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner.
No.
How shall I describe myself? Yes, I am a mass murderer.
That.
Well, that's about as clear a labeling as it gets. Yeah, we vampires tend to do a lot of killing, but reducing ourselves to killers ain't doing us any favors.
Excellent, Samuel. You are correct.
Hmm.
Labels can be cages that we lock ourselves in. I was a mere murderer for most of my existence because that is how I labeled myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Sam Walls, the murderer, reprobate, and good for nothing.
Those are not how I would describe the Sam Walls I see before me. Did
Very
you
interesting.
have more revelations to tell me about?
Saloon thinking. I don't want to check the notes. I'm going to try to see if I can remember. Saloon thinking was the this or that. It's do or die, that kind of thing. Was it that? I think that's it.
I realize that as vampires, we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time. It's kind of like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless.
Hmm.
It's saloon thinking. Two extremes that probably ain't true.
Okay, interesting.
A fascinating observation, Samuel. Your saloon thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, the twin excesses of arrogance and self-pity.
Oh man, it make me wish I'd gotten some schooling. Maybe I would have figured this stuff out earlier.
Okay.
You live forever, my friend. There is no rush. What you have identified is a phenomenon where individuals perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control.
Perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control. Okay.
Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy.
Hmm.
Rarely do we have complete power over our situations or no power at all. But we create this illusion that stops us from attempting to change our perceived situations.
Yeah, you're right about that. I used to think I'd never get away from my gang. And maybe that's what made me stick with them for so long.
Yes, you see how cognitive distortions keep us from facing reality, whatever that reality may be. Of course, I am so old and powerful that I am always in control.
I'll get it. Eventually, I'll get it. Let me see how many. Let's see if I can. Oh wait. Oh, these are just this set. Old and powerful that I was in control, but it can't be something that you could just define in a dictionary, right? A control fallacy. Oh no, this is control fallacy,
Well,
right?
you're testing me, ain't you? That's a control fallacy right there.
Okay.
Well done, Samuel. I am indeed very powerful, but the cosmos holds no awareness of Andromachos. Of course, as you expertly pointed out with your analogy about the man at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, a control fallacy can be positive or negative. Listen to my next few statements and try
Okay.
to find a control fallacy. Simply let me continue if you do not detect one.
Ah, okay. So there's just another option of just keep on going.
The sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it.
Well, that's just. Yeah, that's just fact, right?
My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
Oh, wait. So I can do any of them now? Wait, so control fallacy. Wait, wasn't nosferatu thinking again? Control fallacy. Either or. Eventually, if I just play this enough, I'll get into the groove.
I shall never feel the warm sun upon my skin again. I shall never feel the warm sun upon my skin again.
Well, that's true, right?
You didn't catch my control fallacy.
Okay.
Let's try once more. The sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it.
Control?
Well, that sounds like one of them control fallacies. With all eternity, heck, I think you could do something to save the sun.
I applaud your optimism and ambition, Samuel, but some things we must be prepared to accept. The death of the sun is one of them. But let us continue. My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
Control.
I'm sorry about your sweet kitty, but you could always pick up a new one. Or there's lots of them just waiting for a loving home, so you don't need to be lonely.
It was just an example, Samuel. Well spotted. But
Okay.
I do speak from experience. I felt this way once when a pharaoh I was dating had our cat mummified.
Oh no. Damn you, Pharaoh!
I went into a murderous depression that nearly decimated the continent. But I had the power to help myself all along by adopting a new friend in need of a home.
Oh, dang, don't let me get on your bad side.
I doubt you shall see it, Samuel. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
I think that's all of them. Or at least the ones that were the most obvious to me.
That you recognize the concept of cognitive distortions at all is most impressive, Samuel. What took me nearly 3 millennia to understand took you merely 2 centuries.
Oh, come on, you're just flattering me. I'm just a dope stumbling his way through one life.
Are you now? Tell me, Samuel, what kind of cognitive distortion are you exhibiting when you call yourself a dope?
Labeling.
Yeah, I'm doing some labeling. I gotta watch myself, huh?
As long as we retain any humanity, we will have cognitive distortions. What we are aiming for is not to become perfect beings, but to understand and accept ourselves.
That's cool. Good message from Andrew Makos, the vampire.
As long as we can recognize cognitive distortions, we can address our real challenges. One cannot drink blood from a straw man, after all.
Okay, well said.
I ain't never heard that one before, but I like it.
Yeah, me too. Where's the high five button?
If it helps solidify the concept in your mind, then I am well satisfied. I know you came to learn from me, so I will do my best to honor your good intentions. Let us ensure that you understand the concepts of labeling, control fallacies, and nosferatu thinking. I will give you a series of statements, and each one will contain a cognitive distortion for you to identify. I will begin.
Okay.
If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
If, then something. That's Nosferatu.
Well, that ain't right. He's acting powerless, like a man clinging to the whiskey
Then control.
bottle. What Andromachos say that distortion was?
If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
Well, that there's a control fallacy, sir. You're acting like you've got no control, but you could lay down some ground rules for guests, or some newspaper.
Or express concern to my friends that they have not been toilet trained. Very good, Samuel. Let me try another. I am Andromachos, the ancient darkness, the scourge of the Mediterranean, the mortal's bane.
Well, that's definitely some intense labeling. Those are some hard names to get over.
You are not wrong. Those names followed me for millennia. It was most stifling. Let me try another then. If my club's revenues do not significantly increase, I will end up living on the street.
Nosferatu, right?
That there's got to be Nosferatu thinking. There's a huge space between making a ton of profit and living on the street.
Indeed, you are correct.
This is a nice game. I like
My
it.
club at a considerable loss, but 3,000 years of banking interest means that money is not really an object to me anyway. Samuel, now I am not only intrigued by you, but also impressed. I would very much like to teach you my ways, but I must demand something of you first.
Oh, here we go. Sam's like, just take me. It's if you want to take your price out in a pound of flesh. Andrew Makos. He's like, that's some Nosferatu thinking.
Anything. I'm here to learn.
Okay.
You must receive therapy yourself. I will not have you seeing clients without a commitment to your own mental health.
Ah, this is nice.
Now, hold on just a minute. I don't know that I need therapy. I'm feeling pretty good about myself these days.
Mm-hmm.
Samuel, we all need therapy to live in this world. You have been speaking in cognitive distortions since the moment you walked into my office.
I have. I didn't even notice.
They are most insidious, but I am here to help you identify and challenge them. You have walked alone for too long, Samuel. Allow me to share my experience with you.
Well, all right, if you say so. I appreciate your taking the time to work on this, old cowpoke.
We have all the time in the world, Samuel. But for now, you must be eager for something fresh. Please, dance, drink your fill. We will begin tomorrow.
This is a kind of cool game. The concept is delightfully silly, but I can see some kind of really nice lessons
Okay,
to
then.
take away from some of this stuff.
Well, sir, it's been an honor.
You don't have to call me sir, you know.
Okay, Cowpoke.
All right, then, Andromachos.
Andromachos.
Oh no.
Hey, Andromachos.
Just call me Andy.
Such a nice guy.
Andy, I'll see you tomorrow then.
Pretty cool.
Dang, look at all them mortals, sweating, blood pumping. I am thirsty. There ain't no power on this earth that'll get me on the dance floor. Maybe I'll see if the bartender's got anything for me.
If it isn't Clint Eastwood again. How'd it go, cowboy?
Seems I'll be sticking around. Guess I better get used to things around here.
Good to hear. About time someone helped Andy with his work. Seems you vampires have a lot of problems to fix. Name's Crimson, by the way.
Fine meeting you, Crimson. How do you know so much about what Andy's doing?
With the Sigma. You got an ad?
Pillow talk. I'm his blood partner.
No shit. How's a mortal get hooked up with an ancient vampire?
I'm a rock climber. I stumbled into one of his lairs in Madagascar, found a cave while climbing a mountain, and there he was, naked in a hot tub.
Dang. Must have been a sight.
You ain't kidding, cowboy. Didn't expect a luxury apartment with a gorgeous naked vampire inside of a mountain.
A little bro, what? What?
We hit it off, and he asked me to come back here with him. I like an adventure, so I said, what the hell? I'll date the gorgeous Dracula.
She seems cool.
I'm talking to me, cowboy. The blood's running hot on the dance floor, and these kids don't mind a little biting.
Ain't no way I'm dancing. There's gotta be a better way to get something fresh to drink.
You can't do a little shindig? Click those heels together, cowboy? I don't know, I'm a bad dancer too.
Look, it's the sexy
These
old
guys.
guy again.
Oh, three-way.
You should buy us a drink, old guy. You'll probably get lucky. Actually, you'll definitely get lucky.
Pleasures of the flesh ain't exactly what I'm after tonight.
That's because you haven't experienced these pleasures with us yet. Buy us a drink and you will discover great satisfaction by uns.
Tell them you're not your type. Tell them alcohol is bad for them. Alcohol is bad for them? Oh, you nerd. Tell them that you don't have the money. Money? God. Tell them they can support themselves. Not your type. I don't know what his type is. Tell them alcohol is bad. This is no. I can't do that. That's too cringy. Tell them you don't have the money. Tell them they can support themselves. I don't like any of these. Tell them they can support themselves. Yeah, believe in yourself.
I ain't buying you a drink. I think I'd be insulting your economic status.
Mein Lieber, don't worry about us. We just like to feel special. We have
Seems
lucrative jobs
the game seems very horny. Well, I mean it's a vampire game, right? That's like goes with the territory.
Oh yeah? Well, maybe you can help me. See, my printer died again. Getting real tired of these things.
What are you talking about?
Please, we are here to party. But get a laser printer.
Well, thanks for the tip. That ink seems to be more valuable than blood.
I have to talk. I have to say all this. Tell me you don't have the money. Not your type, I guess.
I ain't buying you a drink. You ain't exactly my type.
Oh, we don't want to marry you. We just want to have fun.
Oh, yeah.
You kids are too much.
No, I don't want to. Oh my God, sure, fine.
I ain't buying you a drink. This stuff's terrible for you.
Are you making a joke?
Yeah,
We are at a
dude.
bar.
It's okay. He's just trying to be protective. Aren't you, Opa?
You know, I think the drinks here ain't strong enough for you two.
But how does he not have money? He's a vampire.
I ain't buying you a drink. All I got are good old-fashioned dollars.
I like American money. All we have on our money are buildings. You have all the sexy old men.
All right,
What?
I'll buy
Ew.
which of them old men are sexy.
I like Hamilton. His posture is just so powerful.
Ben Franklin.
There is a dollar coin that has Eisenhower's face on it.
These are like, these guys are freaky.
Oh, you are right. Eisenhower is, how do you Americans say, a snack?
I get it. You like older men. These kids
You better
just ain't
run,
gonna
Sam.
leave me alone.
what the kink? Yeah. Buy them. Okay, fine, fine. Get a drink.
Stop teasing the cowboy, Kinder. They're just messing with you. Drinks are free here.
What? Oh, because they volunteer their blood.
Dang, really? I ain't never been to a saloon with free hooch.
Call it a drink exchange.
Aha.
So, everyone here knows they might be sharing blood?
Only as long as there's consent. We like to create a safe environment here.
It's an interesting world that they're building.
Why don't you take Reinhard and Maxie here back to the king?
Wait, kink room?
I don't think there's any nude scenes in this, right?
You're not in Kansas anymore, cowboy. We are not afraid of sex here.
It didn't give me any M-rated warning when I loaded up the category. I don't know what's going on.
I'm from Missouri, but point taken.
Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do in there. Just have fun and drink your fill, handsome. I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty of you. Maxie, Reinhard, this is one of our special customers.
Ach so, ein Vampir. I'm thinking we are all getting lucky then.
It's like, oh, I accidentally killed them
This
both.
anticipation.
No, the bloodlust. It overtook me.
Dang. Guess I'm
It's a
going to
Nosferatu
then.
thinking. Click, 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 click. Guess I'm not going to.
I knew a man who was this.
Where's this going?
Couldn't be boring.
Yeah, well, you got me pegged.
No, don't say that.
Is that what we are doing now?
No.
Give me the document and I will sign my...
I really ain't in Missouri no more. Look, I'm more into biting.
Oh, your teeth look perfect. Are you going to bite me with those?
That's the plan. Who's going first?
Line up. Who's going first here?
Oh, me.
Well, step right on up.
What? Aren't you gonna be a gentleman? What? What's happening? Wait. Wait, do I click on... Hit!
Maxie, I think this one may be.
I
a
hit the neck,
fraction.
right?
I ain't a virgin. I'm just a little nervous.
Don't worry, mein Dunkelsüß. I'll be gentle. Oh, das hat sich gut angefühlt.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Is it
feel-
my turn yet?
I feel... Ah.
Sure thing. Come on over.
Come on. This is so silly. Come on over. Wait, so... Oh, I have to line up with the veins. Okay, I get it. Yep.
Oh, Reinhard. The hot old vampire wore me out.
Okay.
Me too, Maxie. I feel as though I have.
What
set
a
up
weird
mail
minigame.
server.
I don't know. I don't know. All I heard is that there's a game called Vampire Therapist, and I'm like, oh, it's so stupid. I love it.
Reinhard, Liebe, ich bin zu müde, sexy zu sein.
I will get us a taxicab, Liebchen. Und du, Cowboy? Next time we will talk about that thing you mentioned.
Okay, you can go now.
Oh, yeah, sure thing, fella. You can help me with my new laser printer.
You can help me with my laser printer. What a nice couple.
Now that I've had something to drink, I should probably get to my coffin.
Samuel, wait a moment. I see you got your fill. Are you heading out?
Yeah, I figure I could use some shut-eye. I locked up my coffin over at the storage center.
Storage center? Please, you can use my guest coffin. I insist. You must be well rested for the challenges ahead.
Guess I
Nice
got a
guy.
big night tomorrow, huh? I should get a good day's sleep.
Wonderful. Please, follow me.
He seems like a nice guy.
Well, dang. This is mighty plush. Guess it's one of them smart coffins.
Smart coffins? Okay.
Let's see
We'll
what's
get
on
to
TV.
therapy eventually. I probably, you know what? Who's gonna need therapy after this? Me.
Hey, I remember this movie. We were so proud to finally get some representation.
Is vampire movies playing inside a vampire? Okay, I guess maybe.
Not sure I should stay up watching movies, though. Well, ain't much else to do in here. I think it's about time I hit the hay. Hope I'm cut out for all this.
Okay. Is that it?
Samuel, good evening. I hope you slept well.
Like the dead, as they say.
Ah ha ha. Need some cheer. Wait, this is for. I'm cheering myself? Okay. Is Sam a vampire? Yeah, Sam is a vampire. You're so awesome. I think you look like a big, huggable, being and tall. I'm not that tall. But if you're using this for me, then, well, first off, Hayden, you're amazing, incredible. You're going to get a good night's sleep tonight. And also, Mechanical Beanstalk, you're amazing. You're a good streamer. You try to do good. There you go. Cool. Thanks, Hayden. Claps. Cool.
I was hoping to save you some breakfast, but I've already sent them on their way.
Oh,
Oh, that's all right. I'm still pretty full from last night. Them goth types were practically throwing themselves at me.
I am not surprised. Perhaps I should be concerned that some of my guests will follow you home.
Well, gosh, if I still had mortal circulation, I'd be blushing.
Why are you so embarrassed, Samuel?
Ah, hell. Guess we should just save it for therapy, huh? We gonna get started now?
If you like.
Why not? I'm eager to get going. Let loose, Doc.
Very well. Let's start with the first question any therapist asks then. What brought you to me? Why is becoming a therapist so important to you?
okay.
Well, gosh, I remember what it was like. Being all angry, hungry, and scared all the time. It ain't no way to live. When I see vampires acting the way I used to, I just need to show them there's more to unlife.
And why is that up to you?
You, of all people, know how lost our kind can be. Preying on the weak, dating mortal high schoolers. I've got to make them see their potential. That's what I'm here for. I know it.
That is a lot of responsibility to place on yourself.
You got a funny look in your eye. Am I doing one of them distortion things?
You are most perceptive. Yes. Perhaps you can tell me what it is. When you say you are here to make vampires see the world differently, in what way are you distorting reality?
Not labeling. Nosferatu thinking?
I'm doing some nosferatu thinking, ain't I?
Remember, Samuel, that nosferatu thinking comprises thoughts that are lacking in color and nuance.
Okay.
They are one extreme or another.
Okay.
Or not nosferatu thinking.
One extreme or the other. Okay, I'll try. I think I eventually will set in. Guys, if you haven't already, if you're watching this on YouTube or on Twitch, be sure to like and follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. Check out my Patreon if you can. All the links you can ever find are going to be on our Discord site as well. Check out Discord also, as well as the YouTube page. Check out the About page. It really does help me out. And just show up, hang out every so often. You don't really have to say anything. You can lurk if you want. But yeah, it's just good to see you guys. But yeah,
I will
interesting.
ask you once more. When you say you are here to make vampires see the world differently, in what way are you distorting reality?
Control.
Well, I guess that's a control fallacy, right? I can't assume I'll be able to help other vampires the way I was helped.
Very good, Samuel. Control fallacies are hard to avoid when one feels strongly about something. Your fate is not to transform every vampire you ever meet, even those who are your clients. You will do what you can do, and that is enough.
Hmm.
But I am eager to learn how you developed this desire to help our kin find a different way of thinking.
Well, like I told you when I first emailed you, I was a real nasty son of a bitch when I first
Labeling.
became a vampire. When I look back and see what a no-account piece of shit I was, I ain't nothing but embarrassed. It all seems pretty stupid to me now. Here we are living forever and all we can do is kill? It's the dumbest thing I ever did here.
I am going to stop you for a moment. Stupid, no account piece of shit, nasty son of a bitch, dumbest thing. Do you hear the way you are talking about yourself?
With respect, sir, I earned all them names. I killed women and children.
Hmm.
Half the ghost towns out west are my doing. I didn't think of nobody but myself.
Pretend you are my therapist. If I sat here and called myself a no-account piece of shit, what would you tell me?
Labeling.
I'd say you were doing some labeling. And I guess I'd tell you to look at yourself a little more kindly.
Extend the same compassion to yourself then, Samuel. How are you to move on from being a nasty son of a bitch if you are labeling yourself?
Hmm.
If you wish to be a guide to other vampires, you must start with compassion for them and for yourself.
Is this gonna give me some like profound revelation? Like playing vampire therapist is gonna make me like a more well-rounded person? Or maybe I'll just start dressing in goth gear. Wear contacts, red contacts. Like and subscribe.
So, now that you've gotten all that horrible name-calling out of the way, please tell me, how did you find your sense of purpose?
Well, I was on the run, you see. The Wild West was ending and the Pinkertons were starting to get the better of my gang. I went into hiding and found a strange group of folks out in the country. They knew I was an outlaw right away, but they didn't judge me for it. They didn't even care that I was a vampire. They welcomed me like a friend, even shared their blood with me. They taught me how to appreciate the beauty of the night, and I started seeing things I'd never noticed before. They taught me my letters, philosophy, and how to question things instead of being scared of them. I think about them every day of my own life. They somehow freed themselves of all the judgments of the time and were better off for it.
These must have been the 19th century American transcendentalists, yes?
Yes, sir. I'm glad I died when I did, because their like just don't exist no more. Once my community died out, I started walking. That was something else they taught me how to do. There ain't nothing like having a walk and a think. I walked in nature for about 90 years and just took in all the grace and beauty of my country. I guess I was kind of selfish, though. I should have been helping other vampires the way the Transcendentalists helped me.
That's the should thinking, right? Nosferatu thinking.
Why?
Why waste 90 years walking when I should have been helping others? Seems pretty obvious to me.
So
I could have done a lot of good in that time.
in actual therapy, it's should thinking, right?
But your should turns that which you could find fulfilling into a duty. You create an extrinsic motivator. Should statements are another cognitive
No.
distortion,
Okay.
something created by your own mind. Nature asks almost nothing of you. Even if your should comes from a place of good, it creates undue pressure. And what do we do once we are pressured? We resent the shoulds. We procrastinate. And as you know, we have a lot of time to procrastinate.
Andromachos. Andy would be a very great therapist.
You got that right. Why do today what you could do next century?
Exactly. Should statements remove the intrinsic joy from that which you find fulfilling?
Hold on, though. Ain't there some things we really should do?
Of course, there are things we must do, but nature herself tells us what they are. We invent the rest. Here, let me give you an exercise.
Okay.
Listen closely. See whether you can find the should statement that is a distortion. I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
No.
I should drink blood today.
No.
I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
Maybe that one? Is that it?
I should be wary of sexually transmitted diseases.
No.
Did you miss my should statement?
Yeah, I guess I did.
Again. I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
Or maybe it's that one. Because that's just a saying, right?
That's the one. No one should go to a dentist. Goddamn butchers.
That is not true. We have to go to the dentist. Our teeth are important to us. How long has it been since you've seen a dentist, Samuel?
No, not since the Civil War, and I'd rather keep it that way.
We'll talk about that in another session. Let's try again. I should drink blood today. I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
This is the one I was thinking.
Saying you
Yeah.
should take Crimson out on a date is a should statement. You've turned something you want to do into something you have to do.
That's right, Samuel.
Hmm.
You know, I couldn't be more pleased with you. Your time in nature was clearly well spent.
Well, thanks, I suppose. But if you don't mind my saying so, I hope you're treating that mortal lady right.
Thank you. Please, ask her yourself. I imagine she would share her blood with you. You look like her type.
Hold on. I've only been in Europe for a couple of days. I ain't gonna go after my teacher's girlfriend.
She does what she wishes, and that is why I chose her as my blood partner. Samuel, even if it beats no longer, you have a good heart. I think you will be an excellent therapist.
So far, that good heart of mine hasn't amounted to much, but I'm willing to give it my best shot.
You are uncomfortable with praise, aren't you, Samuel? Every time I say something positive, you find a way to negate it.
I just don't think I should be doing any bragging. I spent my first 50 years killing. I spent the next 90 walking in the woods. I've tried to walk a better path since then, but I ain't no saint, Auntie.
Nosferatu? Thinking?
I did not say you were. Having met several so-called saints, I can attest that none of them were either. I understand your discomfort, Samuel. I, too, have done terrible things that I cannot erase. But is erasing the good I have done worthwhile?
Well, I guess when you put it like that, it sounds kind of silly.
It's another cognitive distortion, one that mortal
Oh,
psychologists call disqualifying the positive.
Oh man, a lot of stuff. Jeez.
I understand that the actions of your past are difficult to bear, but what we are here to do is accept reality, with both its positive and negative aspects. I am not saying that you should disqualify your negative actions, but merely note when you disqualify the positive ones.
Okay.
Let us try an exercise. See whether you can challenge me when I disqualify my positive deeds.
Bring it! I'll tell you what you're doing wrong.
I am Andromachos, one of the most powerful vampires alive. Before I became the vampire I am now, I did exceptionally terrible things.
Maybe that one?
I have defiled the innocent. I have killed countless people. The good I now do pales in comparison to the evil I have done.
That sounds like it's... This one?
That's the one. You're literally disqualifying the positive by comparing it to the evil stuff you done.
Okay.
Well done, Sam.
Objection!
I believe the recognition of this distortion will serve you well when you start to see clients tomorrow.
Whoa, tomorrow? I only just started learning these here cognitive distortion things.
I will, of course, be with you. You needn't worry. I can sense your instincts and will help you.
But tomorrow, I just don't feel ready yet.
My friend, we are never truly ready. But if it would ease your concerns, we can practice with further examples.
I think it would,
That be
actually.
helpful to you.
Plus, it's only a demo, so I don't know how long this is going to be. Yes.
Yeah, I think I could use the help.
Very well, Samuel. Let's try some examples. I will give you a statement, and you find the cognitive distortion in it.
Okay.
I am far sexier than movie vampires. Therefore, I should be a movie star.
That's Nosferatu thinking. It's not labeling. Control, no. Should. Oh, therefore I should be a movie star. So should. Right?
Oh yeah, that's an easy one. That's a should statement right there. But you're not insecure enough to be an actor anyway.
Excellent, Samuel. Would you like another exercise?
Yes, please.
If I cannot consume high-quality blood, I might as well drink blood from Florida.
What? Oh, birth Florida. Consume high quality by myself. That's Nosferatu. Wait, okay, so let me make sure I understand Nosferatu thinking. Nosferatu thinking. Okay. Things in black and white. Live or die. Big showdown. Okay, hold on. Control fallacy. If I can use my stream before the should statement is quality positive. Nosferatu, right?
That's Nosferatu thinking, ain't it?
Correct, Samuel. That being said, I am sure there is still decent blood to drink in Florida, but I will bring a test kit anyway.
No!
Would you like another exercise?
Yes.
I am an antediluvian old fart.
Labeling!
Well, that sounds like labeling to me. You ain't just an old fart.
Just an
Are
old
you
fart.
actually older than the flood, though?
Do I look that old?
Oh, not at all. I was just...
I am joking, Samuel. Don't worry. The myth of the flood was at least 1,000 years before I was born. Would you like another exercise?
Yes. I'm getting it.
With my terrifying powers, I know I shall never be destroyed.
That's control, right? Since he's concerned about his power. He has an illusion about his power or something like that.
I think that's a control fallacy, unless you know something I don't.
That's correct, Samuel. Though my powers are indeed phenomenal, the universe holds mysteries and dangers I cannot fathom.
I like this game so far.
Would you like another exercise?
Yes, let's get them all.
I may hold vast knowledge, but acquiring it was inevitable thanks to my immortality.
So that's... But acquiring it was inevitable thanks to my immortality. That's Nosferatu thinking, right? Because he... No, wait, that's... Or is that control fallacy? It's very black and white. It's inevitable as a black and white thing. Nosferatu thinking?
Try once more, Samuel. Is what I am saying fair to myself? I may hold vast knowledge, but acquiring it was inevitable thanks to my immortality.
It doesn't sound like squashing the positive. Control?
Try once more, Samuel. Is what I may hold vast knowledge, but acquiring it was inevitable thanks to my immortality.
How is that?
I know that one. That's disqualifying the positive for sure.
How's that disqualifying the
I
positive?
didn't catch that one. Would you like another exercise?
Yeah, I think I'm
I
still...
am lazy and useless because I slept a night away in my coffin.
Labeling!
That's just labeling, Chief. Ain't nothing wrong with having a sleep in once in a while.
Get out of my office! You don't deserve to have me as your therapist.
Well done, Samuel. Would you like another exercise?
Maybe a couple more.
I got blood all over me the last time I drank. I am always so messy.
Labeling, right? Or disqualifying? Because he says he's always so messy.
I am making quite a judgment based on a single incident. What kind of distortion is that? I got blood all over me the last time I drank. I am always so messy.
Nosferatu?
That sounds like Nosferatu thinking to me. Everyone has a messy feed from time to time.
That's absolutely right. The dry cleaning bill is punishment enough without the self-judgment.
Okay.
Would you like another exercise?
One more maybe?
I should speak at least 300
Should
languages.
should
So that's one of them should statements, ain't it?
Get out of here, should. And get really carried away.
Goodness for that.
I was about to make a joke about like staking Andrew Makos, but he seems so nice. I'd never be able to do that.
Another exercise?
I think so. I don't know if I'm retaining a lot of it, like 100% of this,
I think
but
I'm good.
I'm getting there.
All right, Samuel. You must be hungry now. I suggest you get the liter inside you. We have a big night tomorrow.
Let's go attack some goths.
How much is a liter?
Just get enough to drink, Samuel. We will not be able to work if you are hungry or tired. Now, please excuse me. I do have a date with Crimson tonight. I suspect I shall not return until nearly morning.
Oh, yeah, of course. I hope you have a nice night out, Mr. Andy.
You as well, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Aw. Do I have to do the biting game? Toby, you want to come say hi?
Glad to see you are awake. Your first client is on his way.
Come here. Toby wants to say hi. Come here. Toby. Come here. Oh, he's being weird. Okay.
What, already? Look, Mr. Andy, sir, are you sure I'm ready for this? These are people's brains I'm messing with.
Fear not, my friend. You are a powerful vampire in your own right. To be so young and have so much empathy is quite a gift.
There it is. Hey. Hey, you want up? Okay, he's running off. Typical cat, just kind of running off, but wants attention. Hey. Okay, bye. See ya. Bye, Toby.
All you need to do is listen, and I know the truth will reveal itself to you.
Bring it on. I'm gonna be the best therapist ever. Come on, bring it.
Shucks. Wish I had your confidence.
Should statement.
Well, to a limited extent, I can see the future. If you are about to misinterpret a client's distortions, I will set you back on the right path.
You can see the future.
It's not that impressive, really. You start to see the patterns after 1,000 years or so.
Oh, wait. Nosferatu thinking? Disqualify the positive, label and control files. It's not that impressive. It's not, okay, it's not that impressive. Disqualifying.
Dang. If seeing the future ain't impressive, that's gotta be a distortion. Disqualifying the positive, it's gotta be.
You barely require my aid as it is.
Well, I am a licensed vampire therapist.
If you need guidance, I will provide it to you telepathically.
Cool.
Don't think about it too much. When you are 3,000, such things will cease to impress you. Let us look at your first client's case file.
Okay.
Dr. Drain, huh? He ain't got no first name?
Drain. Okay. Can I...
Many vampires go by one name. Families and titles seem to become more abstract after a certain age.
Dr. Drain. Age 430. Gender, male. Origin. Origin, English.
Huh. So is it funny that he kept the title?
Indeed. You catch on quickly, despite your habit of disqualifying the positive. I will let you work now. I shall be meditating in my coffin, but I will sense when you need my help.
Let's see here. Client record. Okay, let's take a look at it. Let's have some water. Much time? Got another hour or so. Dr. Drain is a class of 1614 graduate of the Royal College of Physicians. He has been studying the nature of blood for the last several centuries. Became a vampire after a post-mortem blood transfusion experiment. Now runs a global pharmaceutical research company. Okay, there you go. He's now concerned that he has developed an addiction to a drug of his own formulation. Okay. Suggestion. Detective strong irritability over the phone. Investigate Drain's drinking and sleeping habits. Okay. Interesting.
But
Samuel, I know you can handle this. Be yourself and all will be well.
Satan bless it all, I hate flying! Hey there. God's blood, what on earth are you? My name's Sam. I'm the new therapist. Make yourself comfortable, Dr. Drain. And American as well. Good God. It's not enough for you lot to take over the world of the living. Even the halls of the dead aren't safe from you. Oh well. I suppose your lot are all into this touchy-feely stuff, aren't you? And ignorance, even American ignorance, is bliss, I suppose. Oh, sweet ignorance, how I do wish I knew thee. Damn it, how am I gonna work with this fella? I gotta ask Andy.
Are you all right, Samuel?
You gave me this fella as my first client?
Why not? He is clearly hiding very little about his state of mind.
How am I supposed to help him when he already sees me as the bad guy?
Use your instincts, Samuel. Think about how you have felt in your darkest hours. What does this poor vampire want?
Just to talk, right? He wants a reality check, he wants to leave, he wants to complain.
I think he just wants to complain.
Perceptive, Samuel. He can hardly stop himself, can he?
So what, I just let him complain?
Of course. Just give him a starting point to let it all out. It will make him feel better.
This is a good game. I like this.
Well, if you say so.
I'm really enjoying myself.
worry, Samuel. You are doing wonderfully. I will release your time now.
I'll release my time.
Well, are you just going to sit there? I was just gonna ask how your trip here was. My trip? My trip was bloody wonderful. Until my familiar got a flat tire and I had to fly 30 kilometers here as a bat. I hate being a bat and I hate flying. Do you know an owl tried to eat me?
Oh, it's such a shame.
Me, a creature that has lived for centuries, treated like common prey. I'm surprised he was even interested. You should see what an ugly little beastie I am when I transform. All I could do was screech and squeak until he went away. Well, I suppose I'm alive, in a manner of speaking anyway. You all right there, pal? Yes, I'm fine. Well, I'm not, of course. I wouldn't be here otherwise. But for the sake of conversational integrity, fine. I take it you've read my case file and know why I'm here?
Yeah, I think I remember. He's going through a breakup, his horse died, he has an addiction.
You're here for an addiction problem. Yes. Embarrassing, isn't it? What's to be embarrassed about? I remember when Ulysses S. Grant was president. Didn't seem to bother him. Oh, well, of course. How wonderful it is that I share the mental failings of people who only live a single lifetime. Hey, come on now. There's a part of us that's still mortal. Can't help that, just like we can't help being dead. So I'm discovering. Look, I just need some tips and I'll be on my way. Just give me all the tricks, whatever one does to make addictions go away. Tips? Let me think.
Suggest a milder addiction. Suggest something tasty. Suggest a hug. Suggest that there are no easy solutions. I mean, that sounds like something I should say. Should statement! Let me look at this case file again. Where are you, bro? Sweating in nature blood, became a vampire. Is now concerned that he has developed an addiction to a drug of his own formulation. Investigate drinking and sleeping habits. Sleep habits. He has mild addiction. Something tasty. I guess drink.
I like chewing on a piece of jerky. Chewing on a piece of jerky? Well, there's nothing wrong with your hearing. You know, there's blood traces in jerky. Just keeps you moving. I am not sure what would be thought of the somewhat respected Dr. Drain if he sat around chewing a piece of processed meat product. Perhaps it's something to consider if I'm ever reduced to the status of a bum. But until then, I think a different solution would be preferable.
I don't feel right about saying an addiction. There's no easy solutions. I'll just go with my first option.
Partner, there ain't no tips that'll magically cure you. But I'm here to listen. You know, I never in my life thought anyone would ever call me partner. Like partner, but not with a T. And I know how you English love your tea.
I like these characters.
Thank goodness we can still process tea. We cannot live on blood alone. I appreciate the concern, though.
It's interesting to notice little small things about world building like that they, like the vampires can in this universe drink tea. They didn't have to include that, but it's cool.
I must admit, I rather saw myself above this whole addiction thing. I tell you what, let's not worry about being above or below anything. You're here now, so let's see what we can do. What exactly are you addicted to? It's a form of plasma, a catalytic compound of my own design, a necessary component of my own scientific goals. You're losing me. Well, let me try to make it simple. I have been able to replicate and even alter the molecular patterns that vampiric erythrocyte surface receptors receive. Our unique physiology gives us an increased ligand affinity, which is how we are able to process blood the way that we do. I can extend this receptivity and thus achieve my true goal: synthetic blood, freedom
pretty cool.
from the hunger that plagues us, and hope for all humanity.
It's good. That's a very admirable goal.
Well, dang, that sounds pretty impressive, Doc. Well, it doesn't work without a vampiric catalyst, and that is the plasma I am addicted to. Pathetic, isn't it? I have spent 400 years trying to steal the secret of blood, only to be engulfed by it, like Prometheus walking into a fireplace. Pathetic? Doc, where the heck would you get a word like that? You've come up with a synthetic blood. Man, I can barely get my spurs on some mornings.
Why are you wearing spurs, man?
Maybe you had a setback or two, but give yourself a little credit, compadre.
Are you gonna dig your spurs into the chair and ride it out of the nightclub?
Credit? For wasting 400 years? Practically speaking, I'm in the same place as I was back when King James was in power. Only now I have a drug problem. Perhaps I must face facts. My professor was right. Nothing we ever do will make a damned bit of difference.
Samuel, listen to him. Do you recognize his patterns of thought?
There's some distortions in there, ain't there?
I knew you would sense them. Invite him to talk more about this failure of his.
I'll do my best. Now hold on just a minute there, cowpoke. I've heard you talk a lot about failure. But it sure sounds to me like you ain't thinking clearly if you think you're a failure. I am a realist, that's all. Look at me. 400 years of study and still dabbling with leukocytes.
Disqualifying the positive, I think. Should statements control fallacy labeling.
I don't know many people who would call working with leukocytes dabbling. I mean, I gotta admit, I have no earthly clue what you're talking about. So unless you made up all them science terms, I think you might be doing more than playing with a chemistry set. Perhaps, but if we consider all there is to know about blood, I know precious little.
Well, I mean, there's always something new to learn, right?
But you know something. Yes, I concede I might know something about blood. I would hope so after 400 years. You still got more knowledge about blood than most, whether it's been 4 years or 400 years, amigo.
Yeah, amigo.
Let's
I like
get back
Sam.
to what you were saying, though. I'm saying I am surely the oldest, most well-studied doctor in the world. I should have achieved more than this.
Should. I mean, should have, should statements. I mean, is it a should statement only when you say should?
Well, who said you should have achieved more? Isn't it obvious? I should have something to show for 400 years of work. And what happens if you don't? Absolutely nothing at all. Well, that's my point. That is not as encouraging as you think it is. Ain't meant to be encouraging, just showing you a little reality. Well, it's all my fault, really. I cannot seem to motivate my scientists to reach the necessary level of dedication. It's always shocking to me how little urgency mortals have around death.
I really like this game. Oh, really? Gonna see to reach necessary level of dedication. So shocking to me how little urgency mortals have around death. Control. It's not labeling. It's not a should. It's not disqualifying the positive. Control probably. I think it's control fallacy. I see the mother. Control. Yes.
So it's all your fault that you haven't come up with the perfect synthetic blood.
Oh, take my therapy. Take it.
It can't be anyone else's fault. Only I have the skill, the knowledge, and the experience. Pardon me for saying so, Doc, but it sounds like what you're doing is pretty dang complicated. It sounds to me like you're some kind of god if you expect control over life itself. Please, I am a scientist, not a spiritualist. It is not control I seek, but understanding. And are you ever gonna have perfect understanding? No, of course not. I'm not a wizard. So how about not putting saving the world on one person, Doc? That is a simplification, but I take your point. As I was saying, now that I'm addicted to my own drug, I have joined the ranks of mortal celebrities in my utter irrelevance.
So that's Nosferatu, because that's very black and white, right? So labeling guys, it's not labeling. So everybody's in my utter irrelevance. Could be disqualifying the positive too, though, right? Because he's saying, you know, it's just, he is what it is. Oh man, that's tough. It's not should. Not labeling. Control fallacy. Disqualifying the positive. Nope.
Dr. Drain's view of the world is quite stark, isn't it? I do find the English tendency toward expressive words adorable, though.
Now that I'm addicted to my own drug, I have joined the ranks of mortal celebrities in my utter irrelevance.
Than the Nosferatu thinking.
That's a pretty dark read on things. You know, lots of folks get over their addictions. Yes, but not me. I'm trying to tell you that even if you are addicted, that ain't the end, hermano. You got a lot of life and opportunity left in you. If you can call this life. Now hold on there, that's what I call Nosferatu thinking, straight from the coffin. Life ain't all black and white. It's got its shades of gray too, you know. Oh, well played, cowpoke. Perhaps I'm being a little dramatic. Yes, I'm aware that in reality progress has been made, enough to get to this point. But I didn't come here to ask for a pat on the back and to be told I'm a good boy. That ain't my department, but I hear they do some of that stuff downstairs.
Ah ha ha!
Yes, we all know very well that the Continentals are more sexually liberated than we are. But as I say, I don't want all this therapy stuff. I just want to stop using this damn drug. Well, so what's so good about this stuff anyway? Why do you like it? I'm not certain. I don't remember what happens after I take it, but I wake up feeling, how do I put this, alive. Well, that don't sound so bad. A good nap can make me feel like a new man. I'm not talking about feeling refreshed. I mean I feel alive. As if I'm someone else.
Headset.
Someone who lives. And I wake up and find, oh gracious me, I am not depressed. You mean to tell me that you're going to sleep depressed every night? Oh, nothing of the sort. Oh well, I'm glad to hear that.
Wait 1 second. Maybe I can charge my headset if I really need to.
You are assuming that I can simply go to sleep and my global scientific enterprise will run itself. Oh, wait just a gosh darn minute. You're telling me you don't sleep? Yes, it's not as though we can get much deader already, and I have work to do.
There you go.
So you're not sleeping, and you're always depressed. I think we're starting to get somewhere. Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you're a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction. It has nothing to do with sleep.
Sapient individual world. Nothing to do with sleep. Control? It's not should. Not labeling. For instance, the world around you. That's a very black and white saying, right? Because he's like, it definitely has nothing to do with sleep. But it's also control. Because it's just like how it is what it is. This is the ultimate direction that the universe is taking from me. Control. Nosferatu.
Depression is the only sensible reaction. He makes the goths downstairs seem almost joyous in their perspectives, doesn't he?
Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you're a... Come on now,
Yeah.
It's a big world out there, and different things are depressing to different people. Everyone reacts to things differently. Ain't it true that a sensible person, as you call them, might even be a different degree of depressed? Very well, I suppose I might have been using a bit of mild hyperbole. Mild is putting it mildly, buckaroo. Buckaroo? Now I'm even more depressed. Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, on life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard.
That's kind of difficult. It's not labeling. It's like control or Nosferatu again. That's still black and white, right? So it'd be Nosferatu. Control. Or control. No. I am pretty sure it's not control. I'm pretty sure it's Nosferatu thinking again. Ah!
Dr. Drain is calling himself a whiner for being sad. If he is trying to bully himself into being happy, he has clearly met with minimal success.
Then labeling.
Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo.
Okay, yeah, that part is a
We all
whiner.
know it's hard.
Fucking baby.
Now, why'd you say coming and talking to me makes you a whiner? Is that not what I currently am? Sounds to me like you're expressing yourself. Whiner is the word you used. Yeah, if you want to call it whining, that's up to you. But that's entirely your label. Oh, very well, call it moaning or whinging if you prefer. Moaning, whinging, bellyaching, still all just labels. I don't believe I shall be using the term bellyaching in any case. But as I was saying, in the moments I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what being an ignoramus feels like.
Probably just knocks him out. So he starts sleeping and then he feels good. He doesn't need sleep, my amigo. My partner. Our partner. I feel like I felt free, so it must be... It's labeling. Right? Oh, man, some of these kind of like blend into two of them. Control. I don't feel like it's control, though. Yes, I suppose it must be what being ignoramus feels like. Labeling?
You honestly think feeling good makes you an ignoramus? The phrase ignorance is bliss is most apt, don't you think? But by calling yourself an ignoramus, you're making bliss something to be avoided. Yes, unfortunate how that works, isn't it? The only way to be happy is by being a fool. Partner, those are your labels. Try using something more positive and see how you feel. What, shall I say that by being ignorant, I am a noble genius? Still just labels. Oh, very well. I suppose I might be discounting my experience.
There you go.
I don't know how to say this, amigo. You really don't like letting yourself be happy. Honestly, I'm failing to see the problem with taking this stuff. Seems like it's making you get the rest you need and it makes you feel good. What's the problem? First of all, I do not need to rest. And partaking of this plasma does have downsides. What kind of downsides? I do not know what happens when I partake of the substance. However, when I wake up, I feel refreshed. But I also smell of blood and sex.
What is happening when he's unconscious?
Once I even woke up wearing a football jersey. It was most distasteful.
What? Is he going out on campus and just getting it on?
I guess you must be having some kind of good time. That is not my idea of a good time. I'm Dr. Drain. I am intelligent and worldly, not some ill-bred monster. I don't go gallivanting into godforsaken places to engage in depraved coitus and the consumption of dirty blood. It sounds to me like you're real good at denying yourself things. Well, I should be better at it.
Should.
You know, Doc, a wise old vampire recently told me something I'm about to tell you. You keep talking about the things you should be doing. You, compadre, are shoulding all over yourself. Oh, well, that is vivid, isn't it? I can now add incontinence to my already considerable list of faults. I'm being serious. I'm listening to you tell me I should be doing this, and I shouldn't be doing that. But who gave you all them shoulds and shouldn'ts? I don't know. It shouldn't matter.
Should!
I've been dead for over 400 years. It's the oldest stuff that sticks with us, amigo. We all got traumas. Heck, we're dead men. That's traumatic no matter what. What we gotta start with is you. You've been through a lot. Don't rope yourself up so tight. Listen, we're doing good work already, I know it. Now, let's not push too hard. I would really like you to think about where all them shoulds are coming from before we meet again. And be good to yourself, alright, partner? Don't feel like you gotta go cold turkey on that plasma stuff. Yes, well, all the same, I'd rather not do it at all. Is that actually gonna happen, though? It might. You're dipping into it tonight, aren't you? I was thinking about it. All right, partner. Just give yourself a little compassion. That's all I'm asking. I'll admit, you've given me some things to think about. Not pleasant ones, mind.
Hey, Queen. Come in, all I hear you is that haha, Jesus, that scared me. Oh, sorry. I do, just a disclaimer, I do like yell out Jesus and shriek into the microphone a lot. Sorry. No, I'm scaring you away. That's a should statement, though. Wait, no, that's not a should statement. That's nosferatu thinking. We're learning. What's going on, Queen? We're learning about therapy tonight. Actually, it's kind of pleasant. I kind of like the lessons I'm learning, even though it's kind of like a silly way to learn it. Like, it's weird. I went into this thinking it was just kind of like a very silly knockoff of the Ace Ventura, the Ace Attorney series, but it's actually kind of pleasant in a way. It's kind of weird.
You can handle it, partner. You're way smarter than I am.
Sorry. I'm doing all right. How about yourself? I'm doing okay. I'm actually pleasantly surprised about this game. I should statement, pick up the full version when it finally comes out. I think it's next month.
Yes, well, that is certainly true. Very well. I shall do some reflecting, inasmuch as our kind can reflect.
I gotta... I don't have to go to work until late tomorrow, so I should stay on and play a little bit more.
I shall see you in precisely 4 weeks then. Farewell, Sam.
And turn into a vat. Go to Do it! Yay!
Done, Samuel. I knew you would do well, but that doesn't make me any less pleased.
Yeah, he's actually a pretty good therapist.
Well, that was a hell of a rush. That fella's holding on tighter than a holster to a gunslinger's hip. It felt real good to help him look at himself a little more kindly.
It was nice.
Good, Samuel. Treasure this feeling.
And, like, that guy is actually... The doc is actually not a bad vampire, because he's trying to make synthetic blood, so, you know, vampires don't have to feed on humans as much,
But also
if at all.
rest. Go downstairs, get something to drink, relax in your coffin.
I'm gonna go play the biting minigame.
Next week you shall see a new client. I think they will be an interesting challenge for you. I bid you good evening, Samuel.
Wait,
Rest in
so
peace.
if I do the Viking, if I do the biting minigame, like because it goes up, the teeth go up and down, can I like bite them on their face?
You too, Andy. Well, I guess it's time I got me some grub.
Boy howdy. I gotta work on my southern accent. Too Californian.
Well, that's it, I guess. My first client. Can't believe I'm doing this therapy stuff already.
Can I check it out? For Dr. Drain. So stupid. Okay. Interesting.
Could use a drink. I'll check in with Crimson.
Crimson.
Well, if it isn't Yosemite Sam, how you doing tonight, partner?
That is labeling. You horrible person. Give me some blood.
You're already hearing from someone from the States who knows the lingo.
I'm not from any states, cowpoke. District of Columbia girl here.
Oh.
I figured you must have been coastal. You sound a little more polished than I do.
You should hear my German.
Maybe some other time. My brain's full tonight. I had my first therapy session with a real client.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? How do you think it went?
It was not awful. It was great.
I reckon it was a bullseye on my end. You should have seen me labeling, blanking,
Should
disqualifying the positive.
statement.
I'm glad to hear it. Someone has got to sort these vamps out. They know how to hold on to their problems.
You ain't kidding. Living or dead, once people hit 70, they get pretty dang set in their ways.
You know Andy still uses a typewriter? I can't get that
Oh my
gorgeous
God.
man to see the light.
Vampire boomer.
Keep it up, cowboy. You're a breath of fresh air for these ancient ones.
Anyway,
I
Jimmy,
really
you're
like this
wild.
setting. This
You must have had some life.
the backstory for this game. This is really good.
Afraid I'm exactly as wise as my years. How old do you think I am, cowboy?
Maybe 30s? I mean, she's human, right? 35. Don't fall for the trap. No, you're... afraid not, ma'am. Wouldn't dream to guess to ask a lady her age.
I'm gonna do the gentlemanly thing and not hazard a guess.
There you go.
You would have gotten it wrong anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 50 years young.
Wow! She looks pretty good for 50.
50? I died around that age and I looked like shit. But you ain't a vampire.
Like I told you, I'm Andy's blood partner. He shares his blood with me too, just not enough to turn me into one of you.
Interesting.
I've been 30 for a good while now.
But you ain't joining our team? Sounds like a story.
Not for tonight, buckaroo. I bet you're thirsty after a big night.
Yeah, that's Nosferatu thinking.
Andy
Wait, no.
told me to give this to you.
Oh yeah? What is it?
Oh, is it the doc's blood? The fake blood?
We had a group of Americans come in last week who donated their blood.
Ooh. What vintage? So what it depends on what state. Like Andy says, don't drink Florida blood.
Andy can't stand the stuff. He says the blood glucose levels are bar too high, but he thought you'd appreciate it.
What a baby.
ain't so bad. I gotta ask though, what does Andy's blood taste like?
Okay.
To me, it tastes like life itself, cowboy.
I ain't sure I understand.
Never you mind. Look, Tex, I've got some customers to serve, so go enjoy your juice, okay?
The way they present the story, it kind of makes me feel like they actually do have a detailed background written for these characters.
Oh, of course. I'm keen to get some rest anyway.
Have some water.
Have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Wait, can I watch some TV in my coffin? Is it just loading? Oh no!
There he is, my incredible.
My coffin has TV.
Come on now, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Evidence stands against that reasoning, my friend. Do we need to talk about disqualifying the positive again?
All right, I get it. I guess I've been muddling through okay.
Wonder if can you actually fail these challenges? I wonder.
Wonderfully. I hope you are ready for a bit of a challenge tonight. Your next client has been known to be somewhat difficult.
Okay.
Here, look at her intake form.
Isabella Deste. Dang, she's got some funny taste in hats.
Okay. Origin Renaissance. Okay. Interesting.
I think you should get along quite well then.
Should statement.
Walked right into that one.
Isabella is not your average vampire. She was once the powerful matriarch of one of the most influential families in Europe. She fraternized with popes and kings, and she also wielded great power over the art world. Some say that she was the model for the Mona Lisa.
That's interesting.
One of them highfalutin types, huh? I don't think she's gonna like me much.
Okay, let's take a look at her profile. Okay, Isabella Dist, 550, female, origin Renaissance. Isabella d'Este was a key figure in the Italian Renaissance, funding the works of Leonardo da Vinci, Andrea Mantegna, and Michelangelo. She received a humanist education and knows about history, art, music, and philosophy. Okay, very educated person. She comes from a highly aristocratic background, but has endured considerable family issues through the generations. Okay. She states that she is undergoing an existential immortality crisis, suggesting that her life and unlife have both been meaningless. Suggestion: be exceedingly polite. Okay. Let me get some more water. Chit-chatting too much. Wait, that's a should statement. Analyze the F out of you. I'm gonna analyze this lady. I'm gonna cure what ails her. Bring her on. Bring her. Come on. I'm gonna throw some therapy in her face, in her stupid fat face. Come on.
As human as any of us, Samuel. I already know you will find a way to relate with her.
Bring her.
If you say so.
I'm gonna throw some shoulds at her.
You can always seek my advice if you feel lost.
I don't need any help.
Not alone,
I'm alone.
but I hear the beating of elegant wings. Breathe, Samuel.
Oh my god. I'm feeling she didn't be too much for me.
Oh, and do be polite.
Okay. Another warning to be polite. Hi.
Goodness.
Oh.
So you are the new therapist Andromachos told me of. I was not expecting someone so rugged.
More polite than I thought she'd be.
Sam Walls at your service, ma'am.
Ma'am?
You are a therapist.
Well,
I
that's
guess.
what I'm here for, ma'am.
I guess you can't really. I mean, it's not a university that gives you a degree in vampire therapy, right?
Enough with this, ma'am. I am not running a whorehouse. You may call me Senora.
Ah. All right, Sinora. Okay. Sinora. Wait a minute. You trying to trick me, game? Senora. Okay. Oh, it's just like maybe how it sounds. I feel like. Is there an actual right answer? Sinora. Senora. Senora. Yeah, let's do this. Because if you say it out loud.
All right, Senora.
You have seen my what? Have you been peeking under my skirts, young man?
Huh? What are you talking about, lady?
Signora. Say it.
Signora.
Signora. Signora.
Signora?
Andy, help!
Porca miseria. This is not going to be easy, is it?
Therapy ain't never easy, Senora.
So, therapy is always easy then.
I said it ain't never easy, Senora.
That's a label.
Is therapy easy or is it not?
Not, I guess.
Oh, how are we to examine my inner demons if your own speech is so diabolical?
You know what? Let's start over. Greetings and salutations, Senora. I am most
Yeah, you did
honored
it.
to receive you in my humble office.
Very well. I suppose it will do.
I'm just here to help, Senora. It says here on your intake forms that you've been having a tough time lately.
A tough time. Indeed, yes, it has been a tough time. The realization that not only am I a corpse, but that I have been a useless corpse for nearly 400 years is a tough time.
So what set off this feeling that you're a corpse?
I saw a film at the cinema.
Hey, I love the cinema.
Bond with her over movies. Bond with her over actors. Bond with her over Hollywood glamour. Hollywood glamour?
I can't get enough Hollywood. All that glitz and glamour. Them celebrities sure know how to look good.
They look like poop. they have no elegance like they did in my day.
Per favore, they look like employees of a peacock brothel. The
Labeling.
battle between licentiousness and chastity has ended, and chastity has been utterly degraded on the battlefield.
You're a vampire. What are you talking about?
They should be ashamed of themselves, parading their young flesh for the adulation of fools. I could teach them about proper fashion, but alas, they would be incapable of hearing my wisdom.
I can tell I'm barking up the wrong tree here. Let's go back to this movie you saw at the cinema.
It was a most terrible film, one that shook me to my core.
Yeah, so
The pain of it lingers with me still 5 years later.
like, yeah, bonding over the movies wouldn't have worked either.
Well, movies can be pretty powerful. Heck, I remember seeing one of the first films. There was a train coming right for the audience. We thought we were dead for sure.
This film was not powerful, it was meaningless. It said nothing, did nothing, less than nothing, as loudly and garishly as possible. And the audience, fools that they were, cheered, applauded this desecration of the mind. I hate this film with all my being, for it has done the cruelest thing. It has revealed the dark truth. This life that I cling to has no purpose.
Okay.
Dang, what the heck was this movie?
Space Wars. Rise of the Spacewalker.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I guess she's not a Star Wars fan.
Wait a minute. Space Wars, the big science fiction franchise?
Yes, I believe it is important to understand modern media diets.
But that's the movie that gave you your personal crisis?
No, hey, whoa, be friendly. Calm down, Sam.
Mind your tone. Do not think me a fool. I know it was not high art. But the money it made, it would make even the Pope blush. This stinking trash. This is what the people want. You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning were pointless. All that I am, all that I ever was, is
Objection.
dead.
So that's disqualifying the positive. No?
For such a complicated woman, the answers are overly simple for
Then
singular display,
Nosferatu
are they
thinking.
not, Samuel?
You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning were pointless. All that I am, all that I ever was, is dead.
You don't seem that dead to me. We're having this conversation, ain't we? You ain't just lying there decomposing.
It is no different. I might as well be rotting in the ground.
Should probably try to charge my headset. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Okay. See if maybe I can get through this. It's probably not going to be very enjoyable if I don't hear the voices. Let's see. 1 second. No, that's not going to work. 1 second, guys. Fix this really quick. Okay, well, I guess I'm just... Let's see here. Not sure if you guys can actually hear it, though. Might actually cut it off. Let's see. Let's see here. Mic settings, desktop audio. Okay, well, audio's still going okay. Anyways,
I think you might get pretty bored.
Are you getting smart with me, boy?
Let my headset charge for a little bit. I'll jump back in. It's not really not the same without sound. What time is it? 2 hours?
Look, I'm just talking facts. If you're saying all you are is dead, I think you might be doing some nosferatu thinking. But let's go back to what you were saying.
Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited.
What's that elevated
Why have
art?
I lost
All
my
the world
power to
benefited. What have I
elevate art now?
lost? Why have I lost my power to elevate art now? Let me know if you guys can actually hear the sound. I'm not sure if it actually cuts off the sound for you guys too. So elevated art now. All the world benefited now. Oh, it elevates art. Control fallacy. It's not should. It's not labeling. She says she lost her power, so control, right?
All the world benefited? There's a lot of people, and they got a lot of different preferences. You can't get them all, can you?
But I could, once upon a time.
You can't reach everybody, Senora. I hadn't even heard of the Mona Lisa until about 1911.
Did you have any schooling whatsoever?
No, I didn't. But I don't think anyone in my time knew about the Mona Lisa either.
He's just honest.
Oh, how wonderful you add.
I'm saying you can't reach everyone, even in your own time.
That is true. I doubt the rabble had much of an opinion about this so-called great.
We only know what we know. But you were saying.
Sorry if I'm skipping the voice, just let me know.
It was all for nothing. What good was guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters?
What good was guiding Da Vinci with all they sell when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters? She's definitely disqualifying the positive. Should, control, labeling, disqualifying.
Come on now. Just because the Mona Lisa's been on a coaster doesn't mean that's all it's ever been for. I think you might be downplaying just what an impact you've had on the world.
The world needs no help from me to reduce my life's efforts to cheap commodities.
Okay, let's see if I can get back to work. Thought I had it charged enough.
So just because something gets printed on a t-shirt, that cancels out everything that's good about it?
Yes, that is exactly what it does.
And I thought I was good at disqualifying the positive.
It should not be so. Art should have meaning, purpose. Beauty should
Maybe not so.
expose truth.
Art should have meaning, purpose. Beauty should expose truth. That's should.
You're saying art should have meaning and purpose, but does all art need those things?
What is the purpose of creation otherwise?
How about if I just like doodling? Ain't that a good enough reason to draw?
It is a pointless reason.
Or maybe I want to do something pointless. All I'm saying is that I don't have...
Perhaps you should.
Perhaps you should have a, better should.
But I don't. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Which is speak like a peasant.
Heck, that's what I am, Senora. Ain't nothing gonna change that reality. Let's get back to what you were saying.
But it seems I am just a dead woman. A walking corpse who is not worth
That's
listening
enough
to.
of a charge.
I should walk into the sun.
Probably not enough. Well, probably enough to give me another 20 minutes or so. Cool. Yeah, I can hear it. Nice. So not just a dead woman, a walking corpse who's not worth listening to. Should walk in the sun. Should!
You're saying you should walk into the sun. Well, why should you?
Because clearly my work has had no purpose.
All right, let's go ahead and say that's true. Why should you walk into the sun?
No one listens. No one cares. They lie about virtue and honor, truth and beauty. I have failed to make them listen. So what has my purpose been?
So is burning up supposed to be your purpose then? You ain't a cigarette.
You are being too literal.
So you're not supposed to burn up after all. That's what I'm hearing.
Your rhetoric is beastly. Cicero would weep.
Good thing he ain't here then, huh?
You know, you make me sound rather mad. Like an old woman railing at the world, screaming into the void, all to no purpose.
I mean, labeling.
Look, Senora, all I'm trying to do is show you where you're a little rigid in your thinking is all. You're expecting a lot from the world and a lot from yourself. It ain't no surprise that you're going to be disappointed over and over again.
I suppose that is some insight. Indeed, I have been in a state of disappointment from the moment I was 16.
What happened when you were 16?
I got married.
Ah, I think I get it.
You absolutely do not get it. You are a man.
Well then, help me understand.
Frankie, my husband. He taught me the meaning of disappointment. He taught me the world was built upon lies. These things men proclaim as values. Truth, beauty, the spiritual. They were all fiction. But if men did not live according to principle, I would. I would set the example and shame them all. Yet, what a fool I have been to think humanity had greater aims.
You got a Pop-Tart? I haven't had a Pop-Tart in like years. What flavor of Pop-Tart do you got, Hayden?
So, what's this greater aim you're talking about?
I received a humanist education as a child. I was taught that the pathway to God was through rationality and a questioning mind, not
Strawberry?
selfish devotion to tradition. This world is not Eden, but it could be. Or so I thought.
So you're talking about a literal pathway to God?
No, fool. A pathway to godliness. To live according to our natures. Our true natures.
Okay, says the vampire. Yeah, y'all mean being nudist? You mean being vampires? You mean being Italian?
You mean being vampires?
Come now, boy. Nothing could be further from natural. All this foolish hissing and copulation and blood drinking does not bring us closer to God. But it does give us more time to find the path.
Well, talk to me about this pathway to God. How do you reckon we find this path?
I reckon nothing. I've always known that we can find our way back to God by fulfilling our human potential to be the greatest souls possible.
So that's Nosferatu thinking because it's black and white. You've always known. Labeling, control fallacy. That sounds like Nosferatu thinking.
So what happens if we don't become the greatest souls possible?
Then godliness is denied to us, as it should be.
So either we ascend or we're nothing, huh?
I am glad to hear you are not as foolish as you look.
Oh, let's be honest, senor. Plain folks like me ain't got aspirations of being as good as Jesus Christ. Ain't he supposed to be a forgiving sort anyway? Let's just get back to what you were saying.
I have always known we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. Virtue must triumph over vice.
Must transfer over vice. But yourself and baser instincts. Leaving control fallacy. Should statement disqualifying the positive. Let's see here. Not should statement. Control fallacy was master yourself. That sounds black and white. Self-master instincts, finger must travel or vice labeling not either control fallacy or Nosferatu thinking.
You know, there have been many entities over time that have tried to control humanity. They have all failed, and the Signora would do well to remember it.
I have always known we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. Virtue must triumph over vice.
Control.
You've been around a while, senora. In all that time, when have we mastered ourselves and our baser instincts?
Not a single day. Men especially have no bottom to their depravity.
All right, fair enough. So us fellas have disappointed you every day for a few hundred years, right? Ain't that proof that nothing you do is gonna change that?
An evil thought, Mr. Sam Walls, but true, I concede.
We're in agreement then. It's a little bit of a control fallacy to think that's gonna change because of you. Well, let's keep going.
I have always known that the earthly lives we lead are disgusting, and only war and death can come of them.
Disqualifying the positive? No?
The world is very dark to our dear Signora, is it not, Samuel? I did not know my own life was so devoid of meaning.
That doesn't really help.
I have always known that the earthly lives we lead are disgusting, and only war and death can come of them.
Black and white.
Now, hold up just a sec there, cowpoke. You really think all we can do is sow death and destruction?
I do not poke cows. Do I look like a farmer?
Come on, Senora. You've been alive to see what? 15, 20 billion people live and die? You really saying death and destruction is all each and every one of them ever amounted to?
Well, perhaps not individually, but as an immortal, I look at the greater arc of history.
Well, most of us ain't looking to contribute to the greater arc of history, but that don't mean life's pointless. That's some nosferatu thinking, I'll tell you what. But let's continue.
I have always known the people have become fat and lazy, and living within the Garden of Eden is impossible in such a state.
That's labeling, isn't it? Not disqualifying the fall, not should. So labeling.
Sounds to me like you're coming up with labels for kicking people out of the Garden of Eden. Is that all we amount to? Fat and lazy?
Look around your own country, boy. Look at me. See my disgusting rolls and saggy features. Would you let me into the Garden of Eden?
Well, sure, why the heck not?
I am glad you are not the gatekeeper, then.
You rather have a gatekeeper who wouldn't let you in? Listen, Senora, you gotta go easy on yourself with them labels. Well, let's keep talking, though.
I have always known we should act with dignity if we would take our place at God's side once more.
Should statement. Should. Take that should. Throw in the trash.
I think this here's the meat of it, Senora. The filet mignon.
The filet mignon. Make me hungry.
I fear your French is even worse than your Italian.
Here's the thing, Senora. Who came up with all them shoulds that'll take you to God?
Why, the greatest thinkers of history that I studied in my youth. Plato, Aristotle, Cicero, Aquinas.
Sounds like a bunch of dead guys to me. They really had it all figured out way back when, huh?
Well, of course not. How foolish do you think me?
Not at all, Senora. Just questioning where all them shoulds are coming from. But let's keep going.
So you think you are so very clever, do you, boy? That by pointing out my distortions, you have won. That is where you are truly the fool. I already know how wrong I have been, that I have been chasing an impossible fiction all my life.
They really need the Phoenix right, like how the music momentum like changes when you're finally like closing in on a victory. Like da 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 da. That's a should statement. Da 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 do 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 do.
Indeed, I now believe that even if we did follow the pathway to God, once we reach the end, we would discover that he, too, was a work of fiction. When I say God, I mean goodness, propriety, intelligence. God himself is a lie.
I see. So you've lost your faith.
Yes, it has crumbled to dust, much like myself in this fat, wretched old body. Beauty and truth are lies. Ideas developed by ugly men to justify their existence. While we occupy ourselves chasing those ideals, they create space wars to leech our money and our vitality. And to think they call me judgmental while they created the false ideal to judge against. You don't think I'm judgmental, do you, boy?
They're all the same. You're doing nothing but judging.
I wouldn't put it that way exactly. Besides, I ain't gonna call you names. In fact, that's where I think I want to challenge you. Senora, I think the person you're judging more than anyone is yourself. I know you got raised with all them high ideals, so of course you're getting disappointed when nobody can reach them. That's some heavy pressure, not just on them, but on yourself. I'd ask yourself what all that pressure's doing for you. Is it bringing you any satisfaction? We can't always control what things are going to be.
This is not acceptable.
Oh, that's it? This is not acceptable? That's Nosferatu thinking. It's black and white. This is not acceptable.
Hold on,
No?
I know this one. What the heck she mean it's unacceptable to not be in control all the time? Let's say that again, Senora.
Huh? Not acceptable. Control.
I got some bad news for you, Senora. None of us really has the power to change the world on our own. Not even a clever lady like yourself. I suggest we start working on ways of helping you find a way to accept the world for what it is.
But the world is base and unworthy.
Remember that term I told you about? Nosferatu thinking? You're gonna strip all the color out of the world if you keep doing that. The world's a lot more than just base and unworthy.
Nosferatu thinking. I am not used to having my own thoughts thrown back at me.
Well, that's why you're here, ain't it? I ain't gonna help you change the world, Senora. All I can do is help you find some other perspectives.
I suppose there is a certain simpleton's wisdom in the way you speak.
Thanks, I guess.
Very well, boy. I will consider what you have said. We will meet again in exactly 4 weeks. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, indeedy, Senora.
Ugh. Please learn to speak properly.
Not gonna happen.
Then.
I'm just letting you know right now.
Well done, Samuel. I believe you handled Senora Deste quite well.
You kidding? That lady straight up hates my guts.
Samuel, if Isabella Deste hated your guts, she would not be shy about telling you so.
That I believe.
Older we get, the harder it is to gain a different perspective. Have patience. We are not all as wise as Samuel Walls.
Guess it's just that simpleton's wisdom, as the Senora called it.
Do not adopt her labels, Samuel. I will not stand for it. I know she was a challenge, but you rose to it as I knew you would. I think you deserve a night of hard drinking. What do you say?
Inviting
You
minigames.
don't need to tell me
Let's
twice.
see. Got like 10 minutes or so. My thing is running low.
All right, Andy. I'll see you later then.
Let's try to find a stopping spot.
Indeed, Samuel. Enjoy yourself. Excellent work tonight. Rest in peace.
Bye. Oh, that's it. Okay, cool. Thank you for playing the preview of Vampire Therapist. In the full game, you will treat clients from different levels of different historical eras. Drink from lots of cognacs. Okay, cool. That's a feature. Learn mindfulness meditation. Okay. Sit in a chair made by a famous carpenter deity. What? Treat a historical child actor and much more. This is good. I really, really like this game. I think the best games that I played so far have been indie games, which is good for me because this is what I'm trying to focus on. Vampire Therapist, I definitely recommend. I'm really interested in trying it out when it releases next month. This and Hello Lila, I think were more impactful. Like Hello Lila is just the kind of visual storytelling with less to work with, works really well. And this is kind of more like the writing? I don't know. I feel like I'm going to give myself a label, but yeah, I can't quite, like, I'm not sure if I'm being a certain type of simplistic, but yeah, it seems something to do with the writing. You get a feeling that the world is a lot bigger and more colorful. Very interesting. Very sweet game too. Like, not for the content, like vampires, no blood. I don't think there was any real blood, was there? I don't think so. And good characters. Like, all the characters we've met have been good, actually. Like, the main therapist, Andy, I mean, did a lot of stuff in his backstory, but he's trying to make the world a better place for vampires. And Cowboy is doing the self. That's really nice. In the first two patients were pretty good too. That's pretty cool. It's very interesting. I wonder how they're gonna do the entire game. I guess every few weeks, like every month, like you see each client once a month, right? Like it's interesting to kind of pass between the two, or pass between different clients, and then you have to backtrack in your notes before. I guess that's what therapists do, right? I think, does this mean that like I'm an actual therapist? I can probably start practicing, right? Cool. Interesting. Provide feedback. Let's see here. Okay, no, I'm good. Well, that's gonna be it. My headset is losing batteries right now. But yeah, that's fun. I like it. My camera is being all weird again. Let's see. Guys, thank you very much for attending my stream and being my best friends. There we go. Cool. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I guess I'm going to come back and I'm going to do an early morning stream tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. or around that time. My morning streams are going to be very casual, so join our Discord if you haven't already. Hang out with the rest of the community, and I'll let you guys know whenever I go live, right? I am Mechanical Beanstalk on any sort of social media platform. Jump on, hang out with me. And Hayden, enjoy your Pop-Tart. Queen, nice to meet you. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. I'll be back tomorrow morning. I'll try to keep you. Let's see. Wait, tomorrow is going to be. I skipped Master Magic like 2 weeks in a row. I probably shouldn't skip it again. So tomorrow's probably going to be Master Magic. Probably going to be over on Twitch, but I'll keep you guys updated on what I'm doing. I do kind of feel like playing Fallout, but I've gone so long without playing Master Magic. I really don't want to skip it. Bye, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.